Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to Angelos Mission Ensemble's benefit concert for Patterson Music Project. We're so excited that you're here tonight. At this time, please turn off all electronic devices and enjoy the concert.
Good evening, my name is Bronwyn. During AME, I learned about the devoted heart. At first, I thought it meant always thinking of others, but after listening to the guest speakers, I learned that it is much more than that. Having a devoted heart is the ability to be loving and loyal to people and while doing everyday tasks. Our first guest speaker, Dr. Jason Suh, taught me that being devoted and loyal can seem similar, but in fact they are very different. Devotion is being dedicated to something or someone, and loyalty is being faithful to something or someone. For instance, Miss Sue shared that when she married Dr. Jason, he loved the Mets and he wanted her to root for them as well. Miss Sue talked about how she was loyal to the Mets, cheering for them and supporting them. However, she was not devoted to the Mets. She was just loyal to them for her husband's sake. Another guest speaker, Ms. Helen Chapio, recited Philippians 4 verse 6, which says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Ms. Helen then introduced me to the 10-second prayer to acknowledge God and demonstrate her devotion to God. She shared that whenever she felt anxious, undecided, angry, or afraid, she would pray to God and express her worries to Him, and that made her feel much better. By saying this 10-second prayer, we can demonstrate our devotion to God, showing our trust in Him, and He will help and take care of us. After hearing these stories, I feel inspired to show my devotion to God, other people, and in daily activities in my life. Thank you.
When I first joined AME, I had no idea there would be a central theme. I just thought it would be about rehearsals and this big performance, and it is that. Just other things are added to the mix. I'm glad that I have been introduced to the devoted heart. At first, I thought that a devoted heart just meant being very loyal to a certain task or person. But as we discussed the true meaning and different layers of a devoted heart with the teachers, guest speakers, and my peers, I learned that the devoted heart is actually quite deep. First, what is a devoted heart? The dictionary definition says that devotion is love, loyalty, or enthusiasm for a person, activity, or cause. Others might see meanings somewhat similar but different in their own way. That's what makes it difficult, unfortunately, for the understanding of other people being introduced to the topic. Anyone can have their own definition of the devoted heart if it means something to them. Devoted people such as Mrs. Helen Champion has shown what a devoted person is like. During her time of rest from her mystery injury, she stayed devoted and turned to God and prayed for help. She wasn't selfish when she prayed. She just wanted for God to give her some peace and reassurance, not for her injury to heal for herself. Over time, I learned that the most important part of a devoted heart is the heart. There are many different traits that make up a devoted heart: loyalty, determination, and more. You can have all those traits and in some way contribute those to what you would want to be devoted to. Yet, if your heart doesn't put forth any effort, then you aren't really devoted. You don't have a devoted heart without the heart. So, to make it easier to remember, for me at least, and for you, a devoted heart is someone who puts their dedication, attention, work, and so much more into something or someone despite the obstacles because their heart is there along the journey to the end.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Janelle Vallecillo. I've been part of the Patterson Music Project for 8 years, which is when I started my musical journey on the viola. PMP has brought me many opportunities in the last 8 years. If I told you about all of them, it would take all night. But don't worry, I won't be doing that today. Playing the viola is not just about playing music. It's more than that. It's about the community and friendship and finding my place in this world. Throughout my experience at PMP, I've met some amazing people with unique backgrounds that have inspired and motivated me. What's more amazing is how we each can be so different but have something in common, the joy of playing. Last year, I got to participate in a virtual national festival called YOLA National Festival. I was able to meet students from across the country who were experiencing the same things as I was. This was a unique community of young musicians that I enjoyed connecting with during a time where I was missing playing live music. PMP gave me this opportunity by providing me with lessons and supporting me through the application process. Programs like PMP not only teach instruments but help us create music that we are truly interested in. Even though the viola is usually used for classical music, I had the chance to learn about the blues and its history through the El Sistema USA Seminario. There I learned to improvise and explore my abilities. PMP has also provided me with other unique opportunities of playing different types of music with a diverse group of people through the El Sistema New Jersey Alliance sleepaway camps and seminarios. Being part of the music program has brought me a chance to explore what I want to do. My teacher, Ms. Shanna, gave me an opportunity to work as a PMP youth leader, which has helped me discover what I love to do, and that is teaching. Ms. Shanna also helped me audition and get accepted into the Montclair State University Cali Pathways program, which is providing me an opportunity to explore music as a career. Through this program, I have received a high-quality instrument, attended workshops, and even had the chance to attend Montclair State University on a full ride. I hope to become a music teacher one day because I hope to give other students the same opportunities that were given to me through PMP. Through PMP, I have gained caring and supportive friends and teachers. Rachel and Hector, who I'm going to play with later today, are two of my closest friends because we have been making music together for the last 8 years. The PMP Sextet members are like my siblings. Ms. Shanna is like a second mom to us, supporting us, pushing us musically, and motivating us to be our best selves, and even providing us with a lot of munchkins. I love this quote that says, "Family doesn't require blood, it only requires love." And I love my PMP family. PMP has given me a place where I could be myself, where I can express what I feel and what I wish to share with others. Thank you for being here tonight to support the program that has given me and other students like me a chance to find my community through the joy of making music. Thank you.
I'm going to keep this very short so that we can start playing already. Hello, we are the PMP Sextet, and we'll be playing a fiddle piece called Creaking Tree, using various techniques such as chopping, slapping, and making creaking noises with our instruments. We will be creating the sound of, well, a creaking tree. We hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much.
Can we get another round of applause for all the students tonight? Amazing. Wow, bravo. Good evening. My name is Sue Bay, and I'm a founder and director of Angelos Mission Ensemble. I just want to thank you so much for coming to our annual benefit concert. This season marks our 18th year of AME, and we're just so delighted to have you join us in person. Over the years, I'm just so grateful to so many people that have really devoted their time, energy, and heart into making our program thrive. And even through the pandemic the past 2 years, we were able to hold a program virtually, which was a real success. As we ease back into meeting in person, we had to make a little adjustments, and we had to skip taking our students to the hospitals and inner city schools and retirement homes and homeless shelters and outreach concerts that we do. But tonight, we have the privilege actually to honor and support Patterson Music Project, an amazing organization that you have witnessed and just heard Janelle speak about. Patterson Music Project is an organization that really empowers the children to achieve their full potential through the joyful pursuit of musical excellence. And it is especially rewarding for AME to support an organization that really truly has the same vision and mission as AME. Angelos Mission Ensemble, the word Angelos is derived from Greek, and it means messenger, and that's what AME is really about. We're about exalting God above all, and together empowering the next generation to really become the messenger of faith and hope, and using music as a tool to really extend love. And we believe that our AME students will really live out the AME's theme verse, which is the 1 Timothy 4:12, that even though they are young, they will not be looked down upon, but they'll set an example for the believers in speech, love, conduct, and purity. And tonight, I want to just congratulate and send a huge round of applause once again to our wonderful PMP and AME students. You guys did a magnificent job. Really well. We also want to thank our AME parents for trusting us to work with your treasured children for the past 2 weeks. We're so proud of each and every one. In such short 2 weeks, They have accomplished so much. They learn to play music, new music, and they memorize verses exploring the theme of the devoted heart and really writing and even giving speeches during the student ceremony earlier today. And I have to tell you, when they were sharing their speech today, I got chills. Their speeches were so profound and deep all at once. And tonight they came out of their comfort zone. Everyone here came out of their comfort zone to really share chamber music. And chamber music is such an important part of growth. For chamber music really requires values such as responsibility, collaboration, leadership, cooperation, and harmony. We also want to thank, there's so many people to thank. We want to thank our awesome and devoted faculty. This organization would not survive with our devoted teachers. And as you could read in our program booklet, we truly have the best of the best. And so I want to actually give a shout out to one faculty, Ms. Hyun-mi, our piano faculty and our board member, and my partner in leading this program this evening. Students, don't you agree, Ms. Hyun-mi? Thank you so much for all that you do. It's just incredible. She's a superwoman, I tell you. We also want to thank all the board members. I know Ernie's here, Jacob's here, and we have wonderful board members that are so supportive. We also want to thank our guest speakers that came and spoke such life into our students. Helen, Alina, Evelyn, and of course Jason, who wears many different hats each year. I also want to acknowledge our staff, Skylar, our administrator and tech genius, who literally does everything under the sun, and he's such a gift from above. Thank you, Skylar. And I want to give a huge shout out to Adrian, our devoted practice coach, and truly a wonderful mentor to all the students. Thank you, Adrian. And thank you, Alexander and Matthew, our team of intern and teaching assistant. You guys brought so much joy and energy and unity into this year's camp, so thank you so much, Matthew and Alexander. And of course, we want to thank Joy Hoting and Joy Lee, who oversees many of the different internal works throughout the year, and AME would not be where we are without you guys. They're at the back. Thank you so much. Love you. And we want to thank also Sunny Cho, who's joined our staff this year, and she really went nuts with the reception over there. It's never looked so beautiful. Thank you, Sunny. Before learning more about Patterson Music Project, I would like to at this time present our annual Angelos Artist Award. We started this award in 2012 to honor a Christian artist that embodies what AME is really all about. A person that uses all of their gifting to exalt, empower, and extend. Basically using their platform to make a huge difference in this world. And this year's 2022 Angelos Artist Award is presented to Maestra Helen Cha Pyo. I told her to stay right there so I could embarrass her. Helen Cha Pyo is an extraordinary human being. She's a conductor, organist, artistic director, educator, visionary, and pioneer. Currently in her 4th season as an artistic director and principal conductor of the Wharton Institute for the Performing Arts, under her leadership, Wharton serves over 1,400 students from 13 different counties of New Jersey each year. As principal conductor of New Jersey Youth Symphony, she has led the orchestra in prestigious concert halls across the nation and is a frequent guest conductor and clinician for all states and regional festival orchestras throughout the country. She has inspired thousands of young musicians over the years to perform at the highest level. She is a visionary, creating and pioneering and leading various educational programs such as the Patterson Music Project, and has dedicated and devoted her life to serving the students and also serving the underprivileged youth across the nation. And I can truly stand here for hours sharing about all of her prestigious and incredible achievements. But to really sum it up, Helen is a wonderful role model to so many people, including myself. Through her gifting and using her platform, she has devoted her life to empowering those around her to go far above and beyond their own limits. Helen, you are a generous soul, a natural-born leader with compassion. You are a gifted educator and a magnificent conductor who is 100% devoted to making others shine bright. You have touched thousands of youth all across the nation. Moreover, you are truly an exemplary woman, a wise and devoted mother to two beautiful sons, right there, and a wife of a noble character, husband over there, and an extraordinary artist that display God's beauty. You're an inspiration to us all, and it is my absolute honor to present this year's 2022 Angelos Award to you.
Wow. I feel like there are no words that can fully express the sense of gratitude and sense of actually being indebted to Almighty God, who has really placed me on this earth, just as He has every one of you, with sense of purpose, but sense of belonging to a community. And today, although I haven't met every one of you in this room, I feel such deep sense of the spirit that's working in this room. And I am so grateful for this very moment. At the same time, I know it's not about me. This moment is really not about me. It really is the power through which that I am able to do a small part in all of us being called to serve each other, to love each other. And having grown up in many generations of Christian believers and being born into a family of a preacher, I'm a preacher's kid, my life was just about other people. And I think my parents really role modeled that for me. Our family meant a lot to my parents, but we were taken to know that we together are a unit. And I feel like here in Angelos Mission Ensemble, with Sue and all of you, the board of directors and the leadership and the students and the families, all understand that we belong to this one family and that we can take care of each other. When you are well, then you are able to take care of another person. If you're not well, then you should be able to expect that there'll be another person in the community to take care of you. I actually had a written out speech, but I'm speaking from my heart tonight just because all of the students who shared their testimonies pretty much spoke about what devoted heart means. And I learned so much from just being here and listening, and to be inspired by every one of the young musicians here, and especially our dearest PMP musicians. I couldn't be more proud of every one of you. I've watched you kind of grow under the leadership and the parenthood of Miss Shanna, your second mom, for the past 4 years. And I just give God all the glory for all that is being
being bestowed upon you as a gift, and how you are just so open with your heart to share. When we ask you to come and share, there is rarely a moment where you go, oh, I don't know, maybe you do that, but I don't see that. And you stand here and you represent who you are meant to be and who you are and who you will be in such a beautiful way. And so thank you for every one of you, AME musicians and PMP musicians, for being the beacon of light for all of us in this room. Because of what you're sharing, our hearts are just opened up and naturally be devoted to what is good. We want to be devoted to what is beautiful. And you create that space with your music. And I just hope that you will continue to do so. And don't ever, just like Timothy, right? Don't ever think or be told that you're too young to do anything. Right now is the time for you to freely share and be bold and go out and share what's in your heart, because you're called to do so. So don't hesitate. Just trust that you have what it takes to make a difference in this world. And you already have done that, and I know you will continue to do so. So I know that I'm supposed to say thank you so much for this honor and all of that, but I am even feeling that this is not even that kind of speech. I'm just sharing what I'm feeling that's so full in my heart as I was listening to the music and being part of this community. So, but I will do a short thank you. Sue, you are an inspiration to all of us, and thank you for doing this. When I visited this week, I was able to feel and see and just experience how your passion and devotion for music has a meaning because of your identity as a child of God. And that was just an amazing context to be walking into and freely share who I am, with our students. And so thank you so much for that gift of time and space and for this. And also for our PMP family, and I know I'm going to introduce Ms. Shanna very shortly, but thank you for sharing this moment with us. I really, really, really appreciate that, and our PMP parents who are here, really grateful for all of you. And I couldn't do any of this without my incredible men in my life. My younger son just turned 18, so I can say men. So Dan, my devoted husband, and Christopher and Michael, who are just our joy and the greatest gift from God. Thank you for your support, and thank you for not just supporting me from behind, but being there right next to me in all of our journeys. And so I really am grateful for you every day. And I have two special friends who are here, Liz and Grace, and I couldn't have done any of this without friends and a community. So young people, make sure that your friendship is lifelong, because it is really important to have that, and people who share the same common passion and mission and dedication in life. So Patterson Music Project is one of our 4 programs of Wharton Institute for the Performing Arts, and our pride and joy, because as you saw, they're just incredible musicians, and their hard work really makes our work, like Ms. Shanna, so much easier and meaningful. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our Director of Education, but currently really serving as the interim director of the entire program, Ms. Shanna Lin, who began right after her studies as a violist, devoted her 9 years. She was single, and then she got married, and then she has 3 children, all in the 9 years that she was serving as a second mom and a devoted teacher and the leader for our program. And I couldn't be more grateful to have the colleagueship as well as a friendship. And I really am so grateful for the wonderful team that we have to create this space for our young people to make wonderful music together. So without further ado, Shanna Lin will come and tell us about PMP.
Good evening, everyone. As Helen said, my name is the Director of Education at Patterson Music Project. I'm also one of the founding members of the program. On behalf of PMP, I would like to thank all of you for coming out to support us and coming out to this concert and donating to the organization. I especially want to thank Sue and AME for choosing to support PMP this year. We are so grateful and humbled by the generosity of this organization and this community. I also just want to give a big, congratulations to Helen. There is no one that I know that deserves this award more than she does. She embodies joy and inspiration, and she is our fearless leader, and she is the one that leads the charge every single day, and I'm so grateful to have her as our leader and the person championing us and pushing us and just helping us, leading us and creating an amazing program for these students every single day. So congratulations to Helen. So Patterson Music Project started almost 10 years ago in 2013 with 30 students in one school in Patterson. When we kick off our 10th anniversary season in the fall, we will actually be starting the program with almost 500 students in 3 different schools, representing almost 15 different schools from the Patterson Public Schools. Back in 2010, there was a major cut to arts funding in Patterson, and almost all of the music programs were cut from the Patterson Public Schools. Patterson is a city of about 30,000 students, and about 95% of these students qualify for free and reduced lunch. And all of us here, I believe, understand how expensive and costly it can be to get a high-quality music education when you take in, the cost of the instrument and private lessons and youth orchestra tuition, transportation, the cost of festivals and events. There was clearly a gap in Patterson in access. And without it being offered in the public schools, many families had little to no access to music education. So recognizing this huge gap, the artistic director of New Jersey Youth Symphony at the time, Jeff Brogan, set out to start a program that would help bridge that gap. I was fortunate enough to be one of the teachers he called, along with 2 of my best friends and roommates at the time, Terrence Thornhill, who is still currently our conductor of our most advanced orchestra that all of our students are actually a part of, and our former director, I don't like to use that, but she very recently moved on to a different position, our former director, Liz Malthrup, and she actually moved on to work with to lead the national El Sistema movement at El Sistema USA. So PMP is an El Sistema inspired program, which is modeled after the highly successful El Sistema music program in Venezuela, which started about 45 years ago. And you might recognize the name Gustavo Dudamel, who was a product of this program. El Sistema inspired programs exist all around the world, all around the country. There are multiple programs in this state, and we are located in Patterson. And these programs believe in using music as a vehicle for social change. We know that by providing high-quality, intensive music education to young people, we can empower them to make transformative changes in their own lives and in their communities. We strive to remove as many barriers to access to music education as possible. Our students receive a minimum of 4 hours a week of group and ensemble classes, and many actually receive 6 to 8 hours depending on which ensembles they're in. Recently, we've also added private lessons for students who've been in the program for 3 or more years. And each student is loaned an instrument for as long as they are in the program. And we provide all of these services tuition free. Students do pay a small registration fee at the beginning of the year, but we waive that fee if there's anyone that cannot afford it. In our classes, we not only strive for musical excellence, but focus on life skills such as teamwork, leadership, and resilience. From day one, students are encouraged to lead activities and work independently in small groups. As students grow and develop skills in the program, they are given more opportunities to take on leadership roles. Very recently, Rachel, one of our violas in the sextet, was given the chance to conduct our beginner string orchestra of about 90 students at our spring concert. And she did such an amazing job that an outside observer actually thought she was a teaching artist and posted a picture of her as a teaching artist on a website. So who knows? She might be the next Gustavo Dudamel or Marin Alsop. Yeah. Musically, we not only work on technical skills, but we also intentionally choose repertoire that is relevant to the students' interests and cultures. Students have a lot of input on the music that they play, and we are incorporating more and more improvisation and composition opportunities so that students can create their own music and really take ownership of their own learning process. Outside of regular classes, students are also given the support and opportunities to attend concerts and festivals. We often provide busing and take students on field trips. Some of our favorites include going to Carnegie Hall to see the Sphinx Virtuosi. This past year, we were actually, we took the students to the Trenton War Memorial to see New Jersey Youth Symphony. And we've also taken the students to NJ to see the New Jersey Symphony. And our students are also given support to attend, to audition for outside festivals and events, such as regions and other summer music festivals. And this past year, we actually had two students, one percussionist at the middle school level, and then Hector at the high school level. Both of them successfully auditioned for Region 1 ensembles, and they were the first ones in probably over a decade that were accepted into these ensembles for Region 1. So it might have been more than 15 years since a student from Patterson has been accepted into these ensembles. So we do provide support for these opportunities by making sure that these students get extra lessons. We sometimes even transport them to the auditions, do everything we can to help make sure that they have these special opportunities. This summer alone, we have 3 of our sextet members going to Michigan. They're literally leaving in like 2 days for a 10-day summer camp where they will be, it's a student-led composition music festival. 2 of our students, Hector and Rachel, successfully auditioned for the Yola National Festival, which is a national orchestra in LA. All expenses paid. They'll be there for 10 days with 100 other students from El Sistema programs from around the country. And 2 of our students were invited to participate in a musical youth leadership retreat in Lisbon, Portugal. So Janelli and Haley will be going with me to Portugal later this summer. 4 of these students, Rachel, Janelli, Haley, and Hector, have also successfully auditioned for the Cali Pathways program at Montclair State University that supports students who are underrepresented in classical music. If these 4 students choose to continue their musical careers at MSU, they will actually receive a full ride for the duration of their time there. These stories I mentioned are just small examples of the impact that music education can have on these students. Not only are they learning life skills and participating in unique opportunities, they're developing a community of lifelong friends. The members of the sextet have been in the program for 6 to 9 years and playing as a chamber group for about 4 years. I always have to schedule an extra 30 minutes for their rehearsals because they have too much fun and we get a little bit off track, so we need the extra time, but that's okay because I have fun too, and now they're all giggling about it. The joy that they feel when they play together and that I see coming from them and that they share when they perform is just as important as any life skill or any musical skill that we might be trying to teach them. And that's something we're trying to replicate for all 500 students in PMP. Again, we cannot thank enough Sue, everyone at AME, all of the admin here, all of the student performers who sounded amazing, by the way, and the generous members of the community who came out today to support Patterson Music Project. Your gifts will help us to reach even more students and make an even deeper impact on the young people in Patterson through the transformative power of music education. Thank you.
Praise to the Lord of the small broken things, who sees the poor sparrow that cannot take wing, who loves the lame child and the wretch in the street, who comforts their sorrows and washes their feet.
Who heals their affliction.